This is Get Real with Eddie, your source for everything real estate. From local market updates to national trends. From buying your first home to growing an investment portfolio, we're bringing you the knowledge you need to make smarter real estate decisions.
So, foreclosures.
Dun, dun, dun.
Everybody keeps thinking that this market's going to go crazy and things are happening nationally. Foreclosures are up.
Yes.
Now, before we came on, we looked at the foreclosures for our county, for Will County, and they're actually down
Yeah.
by like 20% year over year.
Yeah, and they've been since 2019, or we were looking at the numbers in the last 5 years, and they were steady, and then now they're down.
From 2019, we are probably 1/5 of what we were having in foreclosures in 2019.
Yeah.
And, it's down 20% from last year, but last year wasn't that high either. So it depends on what's going on. Here's what I see.
What do you see?
First off, foreclosures are not a bad thing. Yes, it's a bad thing for the person going through foreclosure.
It's horrible.
It is a horrible experience to lose your house, lose your equity, and get into situations that you don't feel you can get out of. Okay?
Very sad.
I've been there. I've sat across the table. I've held sellers' hands. I've had them cry on my shoulder. I get it. It sucks.
Yes. Don't want to see anybody lose their home.
But right now, that is not the normal market, and that is not the growing trend in the market. Yes, we are seeing foreclosures increasing. Why are they increasing? Well, payments are higher. All right? You've got people getting job loss now.
Yeah.
We've had some unemployment layoffs, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right? We've had inflation kicking in that is hurting homeowners. The cost of repairs are up, cost of roofs are up, cost of insurance, HOA fees, all these things are going up.
Yep.
So with that being said, this is why foreclosures are happening. However, it is not going to cause a market crash. The market can absorb and actually could use some inventory and could use some of this. It's not 2008. Okay? It was a whole different ballgame back then.
Well, and we're still shy, roughly 4 million units nationally.
Correct.
So when you talk about foreclosures and the percentage, this minuscule percentage, they will easily be absorbed into the 4 million that we need.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's not going to be any big, downfall.
The big downfall was because, first off, lending standards were so low. I mean, seriously, I saw a social media post on how a dog had a loan from back then. I'm not kidding. The dog actually got a loan.
I social media post.
No, there was it was from a news story, the whole 9 yards.
Oh, okay.
So it was a social media post.
Credible.
But it was a credible news agency that was making the post on how the dog got the home loan. So now you had little or no money down. Well, I always argue that the little or no money down doesn't matter.
It's about the payment.
It's about making the payment. Absolutely. But they like to throw out there, well, there's no money down. So if you've got no money in the deal, people are more likely to walk. Actually, when the Great Recession started, it was 20% down properties that were foreclosing. FHA wasn't till the second wave later. And those people had little or no money down. And the FHA wave came not because of anything but job loss, because there was massive layoffs and massive aspects of going on in the market.
Yeah. And if people remember, there were layoffs with the auto industry and you think about auto industry, but you need to think about also the secondary markets and the markets beyond that, the suppliers that supply the industry.
Yeah.
So, or like the test engineers like my husband who test these vehicles and all the supplies that go into making the vehicles, the computers and whatnot. So there's a lot of people that are involved.
And some of that is coming through now. That's why we're seeing the foreclosures happening today, is because it's higher monthly payment, inflation, insurance premiums, property taxes, the job changes, something that's always there. It's always been there. Unexpected medical expenses.
Oh, just, yeah.
Those kick in.
It kicks your rear.
So and some owners, especially those that have bought in the last 2 years, haven't seen enough market gains to sell and get out from underneath it. Now, in our market, that's why our foreclosures are so low.
Oh, yeah.
Because our market's been going up enough, and those that are in trouble, they're not going to foreclosure. Even if it's 2 years old, they turn around, they sell the house, and they might be walking away with a couple grand, actually.
Yeah.
So that is...
There's enough equity to protect people.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep.
There's also another aspect behind this that I saw on a Wall Street Journal article, and that is the HOAs are filing foreclosures.
Yes, the HOAs are. That's an interesting, these...
So these HOAs are coming in with higher HOA payments, maybe a blanket payment because they don't have enough in reserves and they have to build up a reserve.
Yeah.
So, oh, by the way, we need $1,000 from you. We need $2,000 from you. Or we have a special assessment for the next year for an extra $50, $100, $200.
And people need to understand, and most don't, that you blow off the HOA and the HOA payment, they have they can come after your house.
They can foreclose, or in Illinois, we see a lot of this. It depends on the type of HOA, what it is, and who it is. There's a whole legal aspect behind it. But what they can do is they can evict you out of your house, rent your house out. You still own it, but they get to put the renter in, collect the rent.
Yeah.
All through court order. And finally, once that's done, they wash their hands of it, and you have someone in your property that's renting.
Yeah, and you've got to deal with it.
And you have to decide, are you going to keep renting or are you going to evict? It's your issue now.
Yeah.
So there is a whole aspect. I warn people when they get into financial trouble. And especially back in the Great Recession, my first question was, okay, you're behind on the house payment. Where are you at with the HOA? Because the HOA, in Illinois at least, they can foreclose or evict or move faster than what the bank could do.
And the bank doesn't really want the property.
No.
They're going to work with you. They don't want 10,000 properties.
No.
It's a problem. But the HOA, they'll do it.
They learned their lesson from the Great Recession.
The banks.
Yes, the banks. And so now a lot of times the banks will go, okay, you're behind, boom, we're going to put this as a lump sum on the back end. Granted, you're still paying interest on this extra 15, 20, 30 grand now. So your amortization and what you should pay for the house has gone up, but you didn't get evicted. You stayed in the house. You get to keep the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's a whole aspects of this that are huge.
Yes.
But you gotta make sure you're making those, the HOA.
Take care of that HOA.
Yeah.
Do not put it, it's just the HOA. No. They actually have a lot of power.
So does this mean there's cheaper houses on the market for buyers?
Absolutely not.
That is correct. And why?
Again, it's got to do with inventory and the lack of inventory. And I think we talked about it our last time. 4 million, roughly 4 million homes shy right now. So you get a few, a few 100,000 even of these foreclosed homes. They're going to be absorbed into the inventory that we are desperately need. So it's not going to change anything.
The other aspect to that is houses will sell for their market value. Okay. So if I price a house at $1, I'm going to have multiple offers. There's no doubt about it.
Oh, you're going to. Oh,
you want to? Tell you what. I'll give you 5. No, I'll give you 10. I'll give you 20.
Yeah.
Now, if I price a house at $1 million and it's only worth 200 or 300, I'm going to have no offers. I'm going to have nothing. So that's number one. Price matters, but within that pricing is market condition. These houses will sell for market value based on location, based on the comparables, based on a condition, what repairs are needed. Most of these are being sold as is. So that's going to bring that, if I can't negotiate repairs, I'm going to make a little bit lower of an offer. All right.
Yeah.
Are the disclosures on a foreclosure? You don't have any market knowledge of a property because it's usually if it's a foreclosure.
It's at the bank.
Yeah. The bank's not giving you any information because they don't know. They've never lived there. So you don't know what's leaking, what's not leaking, what's what.
A lot of times utilities are already turned off. There's no way to tell. It's been unoccupied. When a house isn't getting used, in some of these cases, this is when the investors need it. I mean, people are like, oh, I can't stand investors. They're buying up. Well, first off, this idea that these big corporate hedge fund investors are coming in and I get it. They've come into certain markets and they have bought up large portions of some areas, towns, and cities. I agree. That's a problem. That's a monopoly. You shouldn't be able to control a certain percentage of the real estate in an area. I completely don't believe in monopolies. I hate crony capitalism. And that's, in my opinion, that's where you're getting to. Well, yeah.
All right.
Obstructs free market.
Yes.
That's really.
But when you have a free market, we need the investor. We need that flipper to come in, buy the house, put the money into it that needs to be put it, and then sell it for a profit. Because, I've seen some houses that are just beat up. You need new carpet. You need new this. You need roof, windows, furnace. Sometimes there's mold. Sometimes there's, asbestos. All of these things have to be addressed. Your
average Joe buyer
can't do it.
Can't do it.
They cannot, because they're not going to get a loan to buy it. All right. And then even if they got the loan to buy it, they don't have cash funds to do the repairs.
Right.
So now, don't get me wrong. I understand some people out there are going, oh, you can do a 203K. Yes. For you that don't know, there's a 203K loan that allows you to buy a house and purchase price plus repair price has to equal market value. That is possible, but that is not an easy loan to do. You have to have better than average credit, and they're more expensive. There's some extra fees in doing these.
And taking on that project and you becoming a general contractor to take on that house while you're trying to work full time, have kids, take them wherever you got to take, all that stuff. And especially if you're inexperienced, that's a rough one to tell.
Yeah.
Because you don't have the resources now you got to find people.
So if you're a seller, here's what I'm going to tell you right now. Don't panic. If there's a foreclosure on your street, okay, you got a foreclosure on your street. It is a one-off. It is not a majority of the properties. That should not be used as a comp. It should be thrown out. It should not affect your property value.
Right.
Okay? So, second, if you're a seller that is in concern of foreclosure, sell the house. Don't wait for the bank. Turn around. Call a realtor. Get it listed on the market, get it up on the market, and get it sold. Walk away. There is a good chance in the market we're in, depending on when you bought and how we're bought and everything like that, that you probably have enough equity to walk away and get a fresh start.
You may not be making a buku amount of money, but it'll be far better for you, for your credit, for everything else to just sell it and break even.
Yeah.
Walk away.
Really quick, I want to just give a plug to Joliet Junior College's planetarium. If you guys haven't checked it out, it is amazing. They do shows on Tuesdays and Thursday nights where you can come in and get immersed into the stars. Their projector is outstanding. The young lady, Caitlin, that runs the facility and runs the shows has a wealth of knowledge. And this is free in the area. So if you have kids or you're just a stargazer like myself, check out Joliet Junior College Planetarium, JJC Planetarium. You can find it online, and they have lists of what upcoming shows are going on all the time. As I've said multiple times, my son loves going to this. We haven't been in a while. I think we're going to go in maybe September once we get back into the back to school.
Back to school thing.
Yeah, I can't. It's already back to school time. We already did some shopping, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so there is one more segment in this case.
Okay.
And that is the investor we haven't talked about.
Okay.
We touched, but what should the investor be looking for when it comes to these bargains?
They should be looking for local rates, for foreclosure rates, like how many in that area. Are you seeing a lot? Are you seeing just a couple? Is it a one-off? What's going on in the market? Days on market.
That's the one I was waiting.
It's a huge one.
You need to watch those days on market. When you start seeing, like, our market, I would say is anytime you get over 30 days, but if you really get over 60 days, whether it's a foreclosure property or not, if there's a property that has 60 days on market, you need to be looking at the house, running numbers, seeing what's going on.
What's going on with that? Because 60 days on market, and maybe the seller decided they wanted a certain amount of money and they weren't budget. I mean, it could be something like that, or there could be something seriously wrong.
You could also have a rookie real estate agent that does not know how to express to their seller, where the seller's like, well, if somebody wants to, write an offer, they're going to write an offer, so I don't need to lower my price.
Right.
Which is wrong. No one is going to write an offer on an overpriced property because, especially in our market, they are assuming they're going to have to go full price or higher.
Mm-hmm.
They're not thinking they can negotiate just yet. It's just starting to come in the market. And then the other aspect is you're overpriced. Mm-hmm. So if you're a $400,000 priced property, they're looking at other $400,000 priced homes, and those homes have features that you probably don't have. And
right.
Since you don't have those features, they keep passing you up. You may need to be in a 350 or a 300. I mean, I don't know how overpriced you are. Usually it's not that dramatic. It's 10 to 20%. But still, 375. Maybe you've got a 1-car garage and everybody around you has a 2. And you just need to come down $25,000.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's that. And they may have that agent that doesn't understand to express that to the seller. Like, no one's going to write because you don't have the right buyers seeing the house. Mm-hmm. So as an investor, that days on market showing that and jump on that.
Yep.
Whether it's bank-owned inventory or not. Now, if it's bank-owned inventory, man, do your due diligence.
Oh, yeah.
I know some investors, they don't like to do home inspections. I'm going to tell you something. That $500 inspection or $600 inspection could save you thousands in a mistake.
Yes.
Because you might not be doing a home inspection, but I'll guarantee if you're flipping the house, the person buying it is going to do it.
That home inspection.
And if all of a sudden you bought this house and it's got a collapsed sewer line, and guess what? You didn't check that out ahead of time, so you didn't get, I mean,
You
it can
didn't
be
catch
fixed,
it.
but you didn't get enough. You now may have overpaid for the house, and you just ate up all your profit because it ain't going to sell with that.
Yep.
So, watch the neighborhood trends too. I think that's a key thing.
Yeah.
Even if you can't break it down to neighborhoods, watch your zip codes. I think a lot of times you can break it down to zip codes, and those zip code trends are good indicators, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think it's better. Everybody's like, "Oh, look at the neighborhood. Look at the neighborhood." Well, the problem is some neighborhoods might not sell a house.
Yeah,
for
one house a year.
Yeah, where your zip codes are going to give you more, and you can see that trend.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely.
Anything else when it comes to foreclosures?
Price reductions. Again, it's kind of like, if there are several houses within a mile radius, what's going on? Or the zip code, what's going on? Are there price reductions? Are they sitting longer? Is it taking longer? List a contract? What's going on?
And keep in mind, you want to try to react before they do that price reduction, because once they do that price reduction, that could put that list in front of the right buyers now.
Yeah, now you're competing.
Now you're back into competing in multiple offers. So whether you're a buyer or an investor, you want to try to get there before that price reduction, not after. So again, I think market time comes into play.
Yeah. Yep. Because it's all about market time.
Yeah. All right, that wraps it up for Get Real with Eddie. Don't forget, check us out online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at GetRealWithEddie.com. That's GetRealWithEddie.com, talking about your largest investment, your home.
Thank you for listening to Get Real with Eddie. We appreciate you spending part of your day with us. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who could benefit from the conversation. The views and opinions expressed by the host and guests are for informational purposes only and do not constitute legal, financial, tax, or real estate advice. Every situation is unique, so please consult the appropriate licensed professionals regarding your individual circumstances. Eddie Ruettiger, the guests, and affiliated parties assume no responsibility or liability for any decisions or actions taken based on the information shared in this program. Get Real with Eddie is hosted by Eddie Ruettiger, designated managing broker and owner of Exit Real Estate Specialists. Eddie is licensed in the state of Illinois, license number 401014247. Exit Real Estate Specialists is located at 2405 Essington Road, Unit I, Joliet, Illinois, 60435, and is an equal housing opportunity brokerage. Each exit office is independently owned and operated. Interested in buying, selling, investing, or launching a real estate career? We'd love to hear from you. Visit Get Real with Eddie. Until next time, stay informed, stay inspired, and as always, get real with Eddie.